This segment is sponsored by the Potawatomi Zoo. Well, it is a wild Wednesday, and we love getting to take you behind the scenes over at the Potawatomi Zoo. Craig caught up with Executive Director Josh Sisk and the flock of flamingos. Take a look.
Well, you might think, is Craig on location in Miami, Florida? But no, I am right here in South Bend with Josh and the flamingo flock.
The flamingos.
They're so fun. They're so friendly, coming right up. They just pecked someone on our team on the shoulder, like the neck went up and boop. So cute. And there's a couple of babies in this barnyard.
Yeah, so barnyard. I can tell you don't work here. Yeah, so
Not yet.
The flamingos, yes. These are American flamingos. You know, there's actually different kinds of flamingos. There's American
but
flamingos,
that's what you're here
there's
for.
African flamingos. So these are the American flamingos. They're one of the people love flamingos. I mean, you always think of them as the little yard
decorations. I have flamingo shirts. Jackie has them all over her front yard.
I think you have a shirt that has them on.
I do, just for you.
But hey, it's pretty special though. We have the two little chicks. You see these the two gray ones right here are only 2 months old. So when they're born, they're white, and then they turn gray, and then they'll turn pink when they're almost a year old. So we hatched these two little girls out this year, and we're actually doing a naming contest for them right now.
Naming contest? Don't you think that the baby flamingo should be named Craig? I think so.
So the keepers are very creative. They do this thing where they raise money for conservation. So they pick 4 names.
Tell me how much I need.
You put money in the box.
Yeah.
All that money.
Come to the Potawatomi Zoo and put your dollars in the box for Craig.
For Craig. And then all that money goes back to 100% to flamingo conservation.
That's so cool.
And that's the keepers do that.
I know what people are thinking at home right now is, besides I've got to get to the zoo and vote for Craig, I want to know what in nature, why in nature are they white, gray, and then pink? What?
Well, so think about this. So they build a mud mound when they're born. So for when they're hatching out the eggs, and there's predators, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a pink baby sitting on a mound of?
I mean, you might as well have a spotlight on.
Yeah, you might as well have a spotlight. So they're very camouflaged when they're babies. So right now they're very vulnerable. They couldn't fly right now in the wild. So they'd be living along the banks of a stream and along a lake right now. So being gray is really going to protect them.
Yeah.
And then as they get older and can start to fend for themselves and start to fly, then they start to turn pink. So there's a lot of animals like that. There's monkeys that will all be born that look like females because they don't want other males to compete with them. And then as they get older, then they start to get the coloration of a male. It's very interesting how these animals adapt to survive.
And you know what? You can learn all of that here at the Potawatomi Zoo. The keepers, they have these like keeper talks, and sometimes you can schedule your visit to coincide with one of those, and you can ask questions like I just did of Josh. Oh, there we go. Jackie's right up close and personal with these flamingos. They are so fun and so graceful. You know, it's so much fun. And now, what happens to these folks? You said they're American flamingos, but what does that mean seasonally for them?
So they have a barn that they go into every night because
a what?
So
you mocked me when I said barnyard, and yet we have now called their habitat a
I'll give you that
barn.
one. I'm going to give you that one.
Win for me.
So in their barn,
name the flamingo after me.
In their flamingo facility.
Oh, there you go.
They go in the wintertime. It's very warm for them, but they, believe it or not, in the snow will even come outside. We won't fill their pond for them, but they'll get some exercise, get to run around in the wintertime.
That is so pretty. That pink color on the white snow. Yeah.
So they're pretty hardier than you think. So we keep the building about 55 degrees in the wintertime, and they've got a pool in there and everything, and they do really well in the winter. They're a flock bird, so they actually kind of like to all stay together. So it works out well.
When I die, I want to come back as one of Josh's zoo animals. These folks are taken care of.
I'm going to put you in a barnyard.
Well, come if you haven't become a member yet. I mean, Jackie and I couldn't advocate more for it.
That's a great way.
Couldn't encourage you more to become a member and really engage and invest in our local community zoo here at the Potawatomi Zoo. Become a member, come often, and you can see great things like the giraffes and the flamingos and the sloths. I mean, the list is so long, and you can really dive in and learn about them, and it's great for your kids. Although I have to say, I kind of came to the zoo recently with a little kid, and it was even more fun than when I just come by myself.
It is.
Watching it through their eyes is such a cool thing. So grab a child, grab a membership, come see the flamingos.
Okay.
How fun. Look at those flamingos. Of course, become a member of the Potawatomi Zoo. Give them a call, 574-235-9800, or check out PotawatomiZoo.org. Follow them on Facebook for all of their upcoming events.